Hi everyone, Shavuot Tov. Hope everyone is having a great time and getting ready for Pesach. This Shabbat that I just spent is probably one of the greatest Shabbats I ever had in my life. And the reason why is because a few days ago, my good friends, Oren and Edna and Oren, got married to each other. And it all started because of this baseball cap. So let me change into the rabbi hat and continue the story. About a year ago, a year and 3 months to be exact, winter, January 2016, I was sitting in a coffee shop wearing my baseball cap, like I usually do. Because when I'm outside with people, I wear a baseball cap. The rabbi hat sometimes, puts people off. And I heard this couple speaking in English, and I began to discuss with them. And I found out this couple, Edna and Oren, just arrived in Israel. So now Edna comes from St. Paulo, and Oren himself is an Israeli who lived in St. Paulo for many years. And they met each other about 5 years ago, and they got married. Now, Edna happens to be a very famous law professor in Brazil. Meanwhile, she began to learn more about her Judaism. The reason why? Because she herself is descendant of Spanish Inquisition survivors. So for 600 years, she and her family kept Torah, Jewish tradition, Judaism as best they could under circumstances, hiding it from the Christian surrounding area and trying to keep as much as they could against all the circumstances. Oren himself is a non-religious person who was a tank commander in 1973 Yom Kippur War, and then also a soldier in Lebanon War. And he comes from a non-religious home. So they married each other, and they came to Israel because they wanted to make not only Aliyah, but they want to continue in their spiritual quest. Now, get this. Oren is about 60 years old, and Edna is in her mid-50s. And they said they're going to change their lives because of the truth, because they were convinced that Torah and Judaism and living in Israel was the right place and thing for Jewish people and the right thing to do. So when I met them, I said to them, listen, if you really want to convert, do it all the way. This way there's no problems whatsoever with any Jewish rabbinical court, and this will always be recognized by any type of religious court. He said, sure, let's do it. And I told him, listen, it's going to be kind of hard, but are you ready for it? And he said, yeah, we're ready for it. We're committed. So here were two people who came from non-religious backgrounds but have tremendous faith, and they're not 20 years old, began to change their lives. I began to learn with Oren about 3 times a week at night after he came from work at 8 o'clock at night until 11 o'clock at night, 3 hours each time, because he loved the subjects. We spoke about everything, Jewish philosophy and Jewish law and Jewish mysticism and Jewish halacha and Gemara and Talmud and so forth. And within a year and 3 months, this man began to radically change. And she herself, of course, was changing all the time. And she was learning different things about kashrut and about family purity and all the amazing things about Shabbos and Shabbat and so forth. And these people said to each other, this couple said to each other, we're committed no matter what. And they had to go through a lot because the rabbinical court wanted to be sure they're going to be committed to their Judaism. Let me give you an example. Suppose someone is born American. Well, they don't have to be knowledgeable in the American Constitution. They don't have to know American law. They don't have to know American history. They're just born American, right? It may not be fair, but that's the thing. They have the right to vote. But suppose someone was an immigrant. That's different. They have to prove their loyalty to the American Constitution. They have to prove their loyalty to the American way of life and so forth. They have to go through 5 years of learning and then being questioned and so forth and getting tests until they finally are sworn in. So that's the case with every country. You have to prove your loyalty. So the same thing with being Jewish. You have to prove that you not only know Torah and know Torah philosophy and know the commandments, but you're willing to be part of the Jewish family no matter what. So Edna said, fine, I'll do everything that has to be done. And sometimes the tests were very hard, and sometimes when we went to a biblical court, and sometimes Oren had to overcome his trial and tribulation because he came from a non-religious background, so he had to prove that he really wants to become fully religious and so forth to support Edna. And their love for each other, and their love for the truth, and their love for Torah is so amazing that after a year and 3 months, they became completely and fully religious. She was recognized by the most strict rabbinical court in all of Israel, and she, last month, became fully Jewish. And as of last Thursday, they got married. It was incredible. We were in the room of the rabbi, of the rabbinical judge. We went inside there, had a small chuppah, canopy. We brought people outside to make a minyan of 10 people, a quorum of 10 people. And there and then, this couple who went through trial and tribulation because their love for God, their love for Torah, their love for each other, to overcome all obstacles, and to become married under the chuppah and kiddushin, and they did it. It was an amazing, amazing moment. I'm so proud of them. I'm so delighted, and I'm so thankful to Hashem, to the Kadosh Baruch Hu, to God, that I was able to be part of this amazing, amazing journey. The story of Edna and Oren, Oren, Edna, two fabulous, wonderful people who now are completely part of the Jewish way of life. So I want to wish Edna and Oren a wonderful future. And especially now, you just got married before Pesach, and they're spending the first holiday together as a married couple. Mazel tov.